Hello everyone, I'm Doug Sidney. 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 I'm Doug Sidney, one of your hosts for the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest. The dates are October 18th through the 28th. And since the very beginning of our festival, we've always selected thought-provoking, diverse, short, and feature-length films. We're pleased to announce that our 2017 festival will include a large slate of films having LGBTQ themes, stories, and characters. Hello everyone, I'm Doug Sidney and I'm here to tell you about some of the films screening on Thursday, October 20th at the 2016 Twin Cities Film Fest, hosted by the Shops at West End and the Showplace Icon Theater. We're excited about a full day of programming, so here is a quick look. I'm Doug Sidney, one of the hosts for the 2015 Twin Cities Film Fest, hosted by the Shops at West End and the beautiful Showplace Icon Theater. And about 1/3 of the feature and short films at this year's festival have been made in Minnesota or have Minnesota connections. I'm your host, Doug Sidney, with your Day 10 recap. We had an amazing night of films here on Day 10. It started with The Baby Moon, it continued with June Falling Down, and we wrapped it up talking to producer Seth Kaplan. He's representing 4 feature-length films that are here at the fest this year. The First Girl I Loved, Velisca, The Loner, and Follow. Let's take a look. Day 6, 2016 Twin Cities Film Fest recap. I'm your host, Doug Sidney. We enjoyed red carpet coverage today from 3 projects: the Back to the Future Shorts block, the Beyond the Thrill documentary, and the feature film Imperfect Sky. We're going to be back here on the red carpet with more coverage. We'll see you tomorrow for Day 7. To learn more about these films and everything that's happening, go to TwinCitiesFilmFest.org and follow us on social media. I'll see you at the festival. I'm Davison Braddock with breaking news. The body of 38-year-old office manager Jackie Wayland was discovered earlier in the day in the Hawthorne Woods next to the recently deceased buried body of Miss Darren Andrews. Prime suspect Benjamin Roth is currently in custody, undergoing questioning with police now. Mr. Roth claims that his deceased fiancée rose from the dead and killed Miss Wayland. More on this story as it develops. With breaking news, I'm Davison Braddock. Superhuman fans, the wait is over. Announcing the series premiere of Superhuman. Episode 1 will finally hit the web on the evening of Tuesday, October 28th. So get ready, Superhumans. It's on its way.
Doug is Doug Sidney. Doug Sidney, of course, is not only just that handsome devil that he is, but he is our home products, home solutions expert. So he's here to talk to us all about Simply Natural. So welcome in, my friend.
You are too kind. That was an amazing introduction. I can't thank you enough. I am so excited to talk to you today about the all-purpose cleaner from Simply Natural. I've got to tell you, this company is amazing. We have a couple other products that we're going to talk about from Simply Natural today. We're kicking our morning off around the house with our all-purpose cleaner, and let me emphasize around the house with this cleaner. This is a multi-purpose, multi-surface cleaner that is going to be able to be used on every surface practically in your home. Carpets, upholstery, drapery, hard surfaces, formica, tile, all of these things. It does so many great things.
Let's show them.
This is going to give you, I'm going to do the math for you, 512 ounces of cleaning power. Like you mentioned, I've got to get into these demonstrations. This is amazing. I want to start right off with some super tough stains. These are blackberries. I'm going right on a carpeted surface, okay? What typical cleaners are going to do, they're going to bury stains into the fiber.
Yes.
The science and the technology behind the all-purpose cleaner from Simply Natural is incredible. It's called micro-isolation technology.
Okay, let's hear it.
This is a 360-degree spray. So you're going to be getting this. You're going to be refilling this 16 times. This has got to be built to last. You've got 360 degrees of spray power. Look at this. This is perfect on toilets.
Okay, yeah, because it's directional.
Exactly. Sure. Okay? It's got an ergonomic handle.
We've got Douglas Sidney with us here to tell us all about it as a home product specialist. And I'm going to call you my gadget guy.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
I know. So you created something that really gives a lot of power to our basic hose.
Absolutely. This is the EasyJet Cannon Power Washer. Like you mentioned, it's from TriStar Products, and this will transform your regular garden hose into a powerful outdoor cleaning apparatus. I can't wait to show you how easy, versatile, and effective this is to use. I want to get right into the demonstration if we can. So let's go to a wide shot if we can. This is the dual-headed water blaster, and as your home product specialist, I couldn't more highly recommend this to help you demolish every one of the articles on your fall cleaning list. I'm serious. You are getting so much power, but you're going to have complete control with this. This is an amazing product. If you have a honey-do list, if you have a cleaning list at home that you need to bash through from things that have built up over the summertime, now we're heading into fall. This is how you do it. Now, I want to show you a few things about it, tell you a few things, and then we're going to show you how effective this is. This is made of an anodized aluminum, which means it's really heavy duty, but yet it's very lightweight and easy to use.
It weighs about a pound, right?
It weighs about a pound. So you're getting all that power in such an easy-to-use device, and additionally, you're going from 3.5 feet if you need, if you have something specific that you want to get right in front of you. Otherwise, look at this. This can expand from 3.5 feet.
And you
to
did
6
that
feet.
in seconds.
In seconds, and I can go in any variable length thereof as well.
So that's not an extra attachment then?
No, this is part of it. It's part of the wand. Again, this is that anodized aluminum as well. You can go anywhere. The only word of caution, you want to make sure that this is locked into place so you don't lose any of the water that you're going to be using. So I've got it secured. Now look at these dual heads. These work together. You're getting more power and more control having two of these. They're rubber coated, so they're not going to damage or disrupt any of the surfaces that you're using them on. Eaves, gutters, tile on your
siding.
Yes, any of those things. It's going to keep those intact. If you're working on your car underneath your chassis, it is well made.
The Add-A-Lock?
This is the Add-A-Lock, and this is our debut on Evine. This is the first time all of our wonderful Evine customers are able to see this, see what it does, and able to pick it up today.
Show us what it does.
I can't wait to.
For everybody.
This is, I have a great job. I get to talk to homeowners and customers about how to make their lives easier and more practical. Today, we get to talk about how you're going to make your life even safer.
Go ahead.
Let's get to this.
They're on it.
It's that easy to remove.
You know who else needed this? My mom.
Boundaries and privacy. Absolutely. If you still live at home with mom and dad,
kids out.
This is going to be great for you. If we were to remove the locking hardware on the door, look at how much space is between the door and getting through that door. This is about 2/4 worth. This is about 50 cents worth of security.
Okay.
If this door over time is loosened up, and that's going to happen if you're in a hotel room, if you're in your apartments. Apartments are 10, 20, 30, 50, 60, 100 years old sometimes. Those doors aren't getting replaced with new tenants. This is going to be able to give you that sense of peace, that added sense of security. When we were on in the fall, and it was at our regular price, it's 27.5 cents a load.
So this would be now about 16?
About that. Yes, almost pennies a load. I was going to tell you, you're talking about that texture.
Yes.
I had a stain. I have microfiber upholstery on at home.
On your
and
furniture?
I had a coffee stain. I took out a laundry sheet, used it on there.
Oh, yeah.
I put it on top of my dirty laundry until I was ready to do my regular load. I didn't even have to waste a sheet. I'm so excited to talk about another great product from Simply Natural. We were on the air earlier today with a couple of their other offerings. This is the first time that our Evine customers are going to be seeing this. This is the Simply Natural wood fiber cleaning cloth. And I got to tell you the story behind this. It started decades ago in sushi kitchens. There arose a need to be able to clean up surfaces where raw food. Let me show you this. If we can get a close-up shot of this, you're getting 8 layers of this wood fiber technology, and in each one of these layers are those wood fibers. Now, let me tell you why that's important. These wood fibers are picking up 99.9% of bacteria and germs. 99% of those bacteria germs are then being released down the drain and out of your life where they should be, simply with tap water.
Let's show us.
It's incredible.
Show us how it works.
I want to get in here. Let me show you right away an absorbency demonstration.
Perfect for everybody. Good to see you again.
Great to see you, Brian. Thank you very much.
Tell us about Add-A-Lock.
This is
amazing. Tell us about the company and why did they create this?
Add-A-Lock is a company that is in Canada. They're now represented here in the United States. We have only run this product one other time, and it was you and I, Brian, in September, over a month ago. We're back on the air again. This product is aimed and designed to add to your sense of safety and security. Your Facebook question posed, how do you make friends and family feel special around the holidays? How about making them feel even safer when they're with you?
Sure.
This is a great way to do that.
We've got this handled for you,
If it's
Grandma.
Christmas Eve and you need that special, secure room, to get presents together.
All right.
Let me show you how this works. This is the Adelock. This is what it looks like. It's chrome-plated stainless steel. Look at that door open. That's what we need to address today. Kids need to not only be safe, but they need to feel safe.
Right.
And when they can line up their own added sense of security, it's so easy for kids to use as well.
Strangers, bullies.
Oh, they know that they have just taken a hand in their own safety and security by using 2 steps, stepping in there, getting that lock on the door.
Yeah.
Even if you have shower doors, a lot of times, I know this happened when I was a kid, my mom kept cleaning products and things in our extra shower at home, but she didn't want us getting in there. This would have been great for that.
This is going to clean a load of laundry.
I'm agreeing with you, I'm telling you, and I'm a
How is this
sports guy.
possible?
This is possible because Simply Natural has once again hit another home run. I love this company. This is the all-in-one laundry detergent. You are doing all of your laundry with that one sheet. It's from TriStar Products. It's the EasyJet Cannon Power Washer, yes.
So what is a water cannon?
A water cannon is a power washer that will transform your regular garden hose into a super cleaning outdoor apparatus.
So your garden hose just isn't your garden hose anymore.
It's no longer. It's like making your garden hose into the Incredible Hulk. It's green. Okay, we're gonna go with the superhero
It's a great color
analogy.
too, right?
Absolutely. And not only that, but it's so versatile. You have 8 settings integrated into this one nozzle.
On this one nozzle?
Yes. Let's get right into it. And you know what's some neat trivia about the power cannon, Christine? This is modeled after a fireman's lever, a fireman hose. So this lever and the whole design of it, which makes it super easy to use, super versatile, and super effective for getting big cleaning jobs done.
Crazy busy on the phones, turning any garden hose into some power.
Absolutely, and you mentioned a great price point, but that's where it begins. This product is so versatile. This is going to wipe out a number of other products that you may already have laying around your garage, in your home, in buckets that make a lot of work. This is going to reduce that in no time. You're getting into spring and summer.
Yeah.
You have things that have been sitting outside all winter long. They have spring buildup. They have buildup from the winter underneath that. Look at how versatile this is. We've got 8 different settings integrated into this one device on your hose. Changing your garden hose. It's giving it superhuman powers, if you will.
You're getting 2 of these as well, by the way.
You're getting 2 of them. Yeah. That makes, these are durable, they're well made. Look at this handle. It's an ergonomic handle. It's designed after a fireman's hose. These grip handles down here. This is gonna make it, gentlemen at home, you can use this with one hand. Ladies, it's going to fit in your hand as well. And even if you want to delegate, you have kids?
Oh,
if you want to delegate cleaning projects to your kids, how easy is this?
Tell us all about it, Douglas.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Sarah. It's so great to see you again.
Good to
so
see
great
you.
to be here. As your home product specialist, this is the EasyJet Cannon Power Washer from TriStar Products. You said getting down and dirty. We're going to go from dirty to clean.
Nice.
And what a great way to start off a 4th of July week by getting some cleaning done, like you mentioned. Let's go right into a demonstration. If we can get a wide shot here, the Jet Cannon, this can shoot up to 20 feet away. That means you can do cleaning from 20 feet away. I'm starting here on our shed. We had a bunch of rain yesterday. I'm gonna rinse this and then watch this. I can go, Sarah, from rinsing to washing in a nanosecond. I'm already into my wash. We've got an attachable wash dispenser that's here. You can fill this up with regular soap. Again, we're turning your regular garden hose into a power washer, and we're turning it into your regular compartment here. We can turn your regular dish soap or any soap that you choose that you like to use into a powerful outdoor cleaning agent. Now I'm going to go into my rinse back off
wait,
here.
I want to see those suds. It's actually, you're spraying suds.
Yes, right. It's using the soap right out of the dispenser. And this is just regular dish soap that we used because it's so multi-purpose.
Wow.
And I'm getting this, and now I'm going to go and I'm going to rinse all this soap off. So not only have I cleaned my soffit and gotten spider webs and beehives and anything else that's trapped under there, I'm going to rinse this whole thing off. Let me go to a different setting. The EasyJet Cannon has 8 different settings integrated into this one nozzle. Great idea. We just went from washing down our car and sudsing it. Now I'm over at a hanging plant. You don't want to take out your flowers with a power washer, but look at how easily the EasyJet Cannon transitions into doing something gentle like this.
So that's just
a
nice mist?
Beautiful mist on a hanging plant that's not going to tolerate a jet stream going through it. I have a pool at home. I've been using mine all summer. Earlier in the spring when we had the ducks were visiting my pool way more than they should have, and there was stuff to clean up every morning. The EasyJet cannon took care of it right away.
A new friend of ours, Douglas Sidney, is here. So you want to put us through the paces and tell us what this is all about?
Absolutely. If I were to tell you that I had a way to make outdoor cleaning fun, Brian, would you believe me?
I'd sign up.
I'm glad you would, and
Absolutely.
I've got it. I'm holding it in my hand.
I'm all about fun.
Let's get started. I want to show you right away. This is the EasyJet water cannon power washer from TriStar Products.
Okay.
You can have one for your house, one for your cabin. You can put one in your RV. You can put it in your boat.
Two of these for $15
Two of these
and
for
change.
$15. And not only can you have one on both hoses at home, but if you want to use one for tougher cleaning jobs, you can put regular soap in this for you know, area rugs, patio furniture, soffits, that kind of thing.
Okay.
If you want to get mildew and mold off the underhangs on your house, you can put bleach in here. And use your other one to put bleach in there. You've got two of them that are so useful.
Wow.
And look at how versatile this is. I'm not just using one setting here. I've got 8 different settings. Let me walk you through these. This is our jet stream.
It's crazy.
And you know what else is not happening? You don't have to go to a rental store. You don't have to rent a power washer. You don't have to lug it out of the store into your car.
power washers. Power washers can be anywhere from $89 to a couple $100.
And you got to lug the canister around.
Yeah.
That's going to have your chemical. And not with this. You hook it up to your hose. This will transform any. This is just a regular garden hose that we have hooked up to our faucet here. That's just a regular hose. It's a perfect seal. My hand's not getting wet.
And you know what? I think the
It's so
teenagers
easy.
will even help out.
I mean, you can get your kids to help out. Gentlemen at home, it's got these handy finger handles on here for you. This is actually modeled after a fire hose.
Smart.
Makes it so easy to use, so durable. Ladies, it's easy enough for you to handle as well. You can even get your kids in on the action on this. I can't believe we washed over
Go
this.
ahead, Tom Sawyer.
So imagine.
Earn your summer.
Let me set a scene for us right here.
Yeah.
Imagine that you're in the front of your house.
Okay.
It's 8 a.m. in the morning. You've got your newspaper in your left hand and your EasyJet power cannon power washer in your right hand.
Forget the newspaper. I have a chocolate donut in my left hand.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is the second story of your house. And it just rained last night. I'm cleaning off my windows. You know what else I can do? If I want to put some glass cleaner in my other EasyJet power washer and hook this up, we can't have people over tonight. This table's filthy. Well, you know what? No, it's not. We're going to have this done in seconds. If my job requires 2 different settings, look at this. I don't have a trigger. My hand's not sore from having to hold a trigger.
Good point. Good point.
When you go out and you buy one of those attachments.
A lot of fatigue.
Yeah, a lot of fatigue on this. And if I want to get inside the seam on here and get that other stuff out of there that I've just brought down, all that's coming right out. What it does, Skip, is transform your regular garden hose into a power washer. It's taking what's existing with your garden hose spigot at home and making it so much more.
How many different different sprays do you have on this?
8 different settings are integrated into this one nozzle.
All right.
And they can all transition seamlessly.
Yeah.
So you don't have to turn it off.
Yeah.
Now, what we haven't talked about yet, Skip, and for you at home, if you notice what's integrated right into this nozzle, as well as our 8 settings, we also have this soap dispenser that makes it oh so easy for you to transition right in from rinsing to washing. If we can go back up to our soffit, look at how much soap we're getting. We're gonna get rid of spider webs, beehives, any kind of gunk that's been built up from our summer so far. So I'm gonna go right into our soaker setting. It's our number 4. This is gonna help me get this entire side of my car covered. You can use whatever cleanser you like around the house. So we just finished cleaning our car off, doing some power washing. Look at how easily I've transitioned into taking care of these gentle hanging plants in our garden. We just went right from the garage into our garden. Look at this mist that's happening. And then if I have some other watering that I need to do, our soaker spray for your shrubs. If you have ferns and things in your garden, all of these things are being covered. And again, look at that reach.
Doug is going to walk you through how this is going to make everything mean and clean.
Absolutely, Kimberly. As your home product specialist, you talk about an hour's worth of practical ideas. This is your most practical outdoor cleaning device. This is so functional, it's so effective, and it's so easy to use. Spider webs and beehives and gunk that's built up from the rain and things that happen over the summer. Look at that, we've already got a rinse. And I'm going back to my wash now.
How easy.
I'm getting this. I've just cleaned the entire side of my shed in seconds while we're having a conversation with one hand. Now, you mentioned 8 different features, 8 different nozzles integrated into the water jet cannon. Let me go into showing you, if we can get a close-up now, all of these settings. We're going right into a fine mist. If you have gentle hanging plants, so easy to use. You're doing all of your watering while you're doing your cleaning. And then this is the soaker. We've had callers call in. They've used this with a pet shampoo to clean their pets off.
Okay.
And their children when they're bringing them back from the cabin. It's so great. Look at this. We are coating this with our soap. It's so easy, and I am gonna go into this. This is our soap spray. Look at that. If my rims are filthy, let's get into that. They're not anymore. Look at this. We just so happen to have a grill right over here. It's been getting a lot of use. This, no matter what you've got on here, whether you have drilling residue, you have schmaltz from the rain, this is gonna take care of it from a distance. Look at that. I haven't even gotten into my soap yet.
Nice.
Let's get over to our area rug.
Yes.
All this maneuvering. I just pulled this out of the shed.
Okay.
Unwrapped it. So it's got cottonwood. It's got dirt and soil from being in the shed. I'm getting the lattice work. I'm getting all of this woodwork in here. And I can still transition right over here and do my watering as well. Look at that.
Dad.
Doug, thanks for joining us. Thank you so much for having me. It's so great to be here. So we do focus on American independent feature films, as well as short films and documentaries. We do have a number of studio films as part of the fest as well that are garnering some Oscar buzz, which is really exciting for us. And of course, we do have a number of Wisconsin-connected films this year as well. So we're really excited about that. So the Film Fest runs this year in the Twin Cities, obviously, from October 19th to the 29th.
Okay.
And it's hosted by the Shops at West End and the Showplace Icon Theater. It's a beautiful theater. We're expecting over 15,000 people this year. We're really excited. Pretty unbelievable. We're showing over 120 films this year as well over the 11-day run. Again, we're really excited. So a great Wisconsin-based project. Rebecca Weaver writes, directs, and stars in the film. The entirety of it was shot in and around Door County. Wow. And what we're wanting Wisconsin residents to know is that there's a good chance you're going to see someone in it that you know, or someone that you know who knows someone that's in it, because she used a primarily all Wisconsin cast and crew. Eagle Huntress is an amazing film, not only in the scope of the story, but in the way that it's told. Otto Bell, he is a Madison graduate filmmaker. He's tackled a documentary subject in Mongolia, of all places, about a young girl who is... She's transforming gender lines as well as ancestral traditions, becoming one of the first female eagle huntresses in her tribe in Mongolia. Wow. Romantic comedy about 2 mismatched people, and it's written and directed by Bradley Cooper's childhood best friend, whom he's working with on his second project as well. Great film, looking forward to that. Hey everyone, I'm Doug Sidney. We are live here at the Twin City Actor Expo at the Hopkins Center for the Arts. The door is right there. It's 1111 Main Street in downtown Hopkins. This is the 7th annual Twin City Actor Expo. It's brought to you, presented by the Twin Cities Film Fest. We've had an amazing day here. We were here since 9 a.m. We've had educational panels. We've had workshops. We've had opportunities for actors to audition. This is everything that anyone involved in the Minneapolis film community would want to be a part of and take part in. We're still going. That's going on from 7:30 to 9, and it's featuring the best improv talent that the Twin Cities has to offer. Again, presented by the Twin Cities Film Fest here at the Twin City Actor Expo. That's taking place from 7:30 to 9. You can purchase your ticket right here from Holly Peterson at our will call and check in at Twin Cities Film Fest. Tickets are $30, and it is the most entertaining ticket that you're gonna get here in the Twin Cities tonight. It's gonna be a blast. The performers, the improv artists are hilarious, they're talented, they're skilled, they're dynamic. What are you doing? I'm registered. Yeah, well, that's how you get yourself on camera talking to us. We're going to go for a little walk. We're going to invade an and talk to a couple of our staff members of not only the Twin Cities Film Fest, of which Jaden is a co-creator, and also Rachel Bierstead, who's our social media coordinator. She came up with this brilliant idea. I wasn't even aware that Facebook could post live videos. These two are who make it happen, and they put me up to this, and I couldn't thank them more because it's really a lot of fun. Jaden, tell me something great about today.
Doug Sidney's here.
Nah, you're too kind, too kind. That's why I love you. Rachel.
Well, that's why I showed up.
Some buzz building, Kirsten. We are live on Facebook right now. We're doing a live video feed record talking about the Twin City Actor Expo. We have an attendee.
Hi,
how are you?
Hi, Doug. I was part of the what was that, Actors Tips on Auditions?
Yes.
That you were part of, yeah.
Tips and tricks.
Yeah.
From Michelle Hutchinson,
Yeah,
who is a
wonderful
legendary local actor here.
Yeah.
And she's also an instructor, MichelleLHutchinson.com for information on working with her. Kirsten is a noted part of our Twin Cities Film Fest staff. She's helping out as well today. She was coordinating meet and greets. Get this, we had, I think, 90% of the agents and the agencies here in town that represent talent present here at the Twin City Actor Expo, and they offered a meet and greet for talent and interested actors and performers to come in and meet them.
And how many actors do you think came today?
And that is one of the goals of the Twin City Actor Expo. I'm so glad you brought that up. They wanted to make it really participatory and really interactive. So, okay, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to be back. Thank you so much for watching. And like I said, we're going to be back here at 1111 Main Street in Hopkins at the Twin City Actor Expo, the 2016 edition. It's the 7th annual. There's still more to come. We have a happy hour from 5:45 to 7:30 right here in the foyer. And then from 7:30 to 9, it's our main event, Battle of the Improv All-Stars. We're going to see you for that. It's time once again for the 2014 Twin Cities Film Fest, hosted by the Shops at the West End and the beautiful Showplace Icon Theaters. I'm Doug Sidney, and over 40% of the feature and short films at this year's festival have Minnesota connections. Here are some of the notable Minnesota feature films screening at this year's Twin Cities Film Fest. Hello everyone, I'm Doug Sidney, one of your hosts for the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest, hosted by the Shops at West End and the Showplace Icon Theaters. Here's a look at some of the feature-length films screening on Saturday, October 28th, the closing day of the festival. Hello everyone, I'm Doug Sidney, one of the hosts for the 2013 Twin Cities Film Fest, hosted by the Shops at the West End and the Showplace Icon Theater. With our festival so close to Halloween this year, we thought it would be fitting to include some terrific horror films. So if you like spine-tingling terror or bloodbaths, you'll want to check out these films at this year's festival. I'm Doug Sidney. About 1/3 of all the feature-length and short films at this year's festival have Minnesota connections. Here are some of the notable Minnesota-connected feature films. I'm your host, Doug Sidney. We have reached day 11 of 11. It is closing night of our 7th annual, and we are culminating in a very important way with a very important project that's a super important story that became a really amazing film. It's the documentary Free Cece, and we're joined by the team behind it, Jack Grays, Cece McDonald, Laverne Cox. It is so wonderful to have you three here, and you have toured this film, you've brought it around to festivals, and you're getting audiences in front of it. What is it like to have the story here in Minneapolis, where the story took place, where Cece is from, bringing the film home? It is such an honor to have all of you here. Cece, you didn't intend for this to happen to you. Suddenly, your life, your story was being told in a very public way, first on the news with what happened with you, and then with a film crew wanting to come in and document your journey through what happened with you. What has that been like, having your life become so public? You're so earnest in recognizing all of those other facets. Laverne, you have said that it is your hope, with your stature, your success, your celebrity, to spread love and support to your trans siblings. Is it that hope that brought you to be a part of this film? Jack, as a filmmaker, how did you come to hear about this story that took place in 2011? You've worked in Los Angeles and in New York. How did you hear about Cece? And your story is an amazing first step. Laverne, you have been very modest in being labeled an icon, for not only with your success and your work as a transgender woman. Can you comment, and you mentioned before about how film can be an effective platform for raising awareness. Can you take the time with us here at our Film Fest to talk about the things that you feel are most important that people know about what's going on with the transgender community? What is most important for us to know?
Wow, that's that's really heavy.
I can't thank you three enough for being with us with coverage of Free Cece, our closing documentary here at the 2016 Twin Cities Film Fest. I'm your host, Doug Sidney, Jack Garris, Cece McDonald, Laverne Cox. Thank you again for joining us. We'll see you with more red carpet coverage.
Peter had never even been on a film set before.
I'm sure he didn't tell you that prior to speaking to you during talking to you about getting into the film.
He said
He's
nothing of the
man.
kind. He was indeed.
Tell me about how you prepare for the roles that you accept. What goes into your thinking and your preparation?
Well, the first thing that goes into my thinking is abject terror.
You keep looking at my puppeteer, and I'm gonna trash
you.
I'll shiv you.
You and I are gonna tangle. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the 2014 Twin Cities Film Fest, hosted by the Shops at the West End and the Showplace Icon Theater. I am here as your host, Doug Sidney, on the Wade Financial Group red carpet, ready to do an interview with the creator of our next screening this evening, entitled Transylvania TV. Now, if I seem a little bit off kilter, well, it's because I am. My understanding was that I was going to interview the creator. However, as this individual next to me has warned me that I won't be speaking with Gordon tonight, I will be, in fact, instead speaking with him, I'm not sure. Could you introduce yourself for our audience, please?
My name is Furry J. Ackermonster. Yeah, I'm a Yeti.
Okay, you're a Yeti. Yep. Why are you orange?
Oh, albino.
Ah.
Yeah.
And I had a list of questions ready for your creator tonight.
Oh, you can ask me.
Oh, I can?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay,
go
great.
Ahead.
I will then.
I'll make things up.
This is certainly going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Tell us about the segment that you're in tonight.
We decided to go searching for the secret meaning of Halloween.
Do you find it?
I can't tell you that. It'll spoil the film.
Oh, sure you can. We have an audience that's going to be in there. They're going to see it. I may or may not be able to see it. You can tell me. You can give me a little hint about something.
Oh yeah. Okay. Do we find it? Maybe. Definitely maybe.
Right. And you've been employed there for 7 years?
Employed?
Is that the right term?
That means you get paid, right?
Yes.
Then no.
In what capacity are you there then?
Well, they feed me.
Is that enough for you?
For now.
Grooming.
Oh, me. Totally me. See? Yeah. Hey, baby.
Has your style changed at all in the last 7 years?
No, but it'll change right now. There we go.
Oh, wow. Aw, thank you. You are a nice guy, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
You have your moments.
All right.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest, hosted by the Shops at West End and the beautiful Showplace Icon Theater. We're here on our Florida Junk sponsored red carpet. I'm lucky enough to be your host tonight, Doug Sidney. It is day 11 of 11. It's closing night, and I'm not saying that we've saved the best for last because we've had some amazing programming from day one all the way up through to tonight, but at the same time, we have some incredible programming tonight. I'm lucky enough to be joined by the star, our star of Midsummer Night's Dream, and the director, the writer, the director, the producer, Rachel Lee Cook. Everyone in Minnesota knows who you are. It's so great to have you here. Casey, your first time here. Thanks a million for joining us. Rachel, I'd love to start with you. You are the recipient of our North Star Award for Achievement in Film tonight. You're bringing your film here at the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest. It's been 10 years since you've been back from other interviews that I've heard.
Yep.
It's such a pleasure to have you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Doug. That is entirely too long since I've been here. And I'm thrilled to be here with our director, Casey.
It doesn't seem like it is, and we're definitely going to talk to you about that, Casey. Can you, Rachel, talk to your audience, all of your fans, about longevity in a career in this industry? Because you are as expert a person to talk to about that, the way that you've navigated your career since, I think, before the age of 10.
I am as old as the hills. Like, can we please phrase that a little bit differently?
You also don't age, so...
I'm just kidding. Thank you. Thank you so much. No,
yes.
Thank you.
We've been fans of your work since forever. Casey, thank you for joining us tonight. Yeah, you have brought a modern interpretation of Shakespeare's most reinterpreted work. You're setting it in modern day, and you're making special character reference and specific reference to Los Angeles, where the film takes place and where you shot it. Can you talk to us about biting off that huge challenge?
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of Los Angeles, I want to kind of connect that question to what you and Rachel were just talking about, her career longevity.
So well said, and again, such a tribute to you as well. Casey, you've used the term toiled in the industry for the better part of a decade, almost 12 years, as a creative, as a producer. This is, as Rachel alluded to, your first feature film. Yeah. Talk to us about, right out of the gate, putting the type of film that you did together. It highlighted the LA Film Fest. It's our closing night film here. Making that leap with the success that you have. There you go. You have fans.
Thanks.
And both of you do so many great fans. Sold out screening tonight, which is awesome. So, Rachel, talk to us. Talk to us about. You talked about how important casting is and what a huge component that is. You came on taking the lead character, Hermia, in this film. A great responsibility.
One of the leads. You're being a little bit too kind to me.
You deserve it. Talk to us about, you've made transitions between film and television back and forth. You've done a ton of voice work for games and things like that. You're taking on a classic piece of theater. Talk to us about approaching that.
Healthy degree of fear.
Casey, you were so confident in your casting choice for a couple reasons. One, you're classically trained as a Shakespearean actor, and so you had a lot of comfortability. You're being modest as well. And so talk to us about that great understanding that you had coming into the project, but at the same time too, you're taking it into a modern reinterpretation of it, and you really wanted the Los Angeles component and the industry component to tell the story.
Yeah.
When you had thoughts and visions during your work as a producer and a creative that you were going to take a directorial helm, was this always in the back of your mind as what was going to happen, what you really wanted to do?
That's a great question, and the answer is no.
In this beautiful Showplace Icon Theater, I'm your host, Doug Sidney. We're at day 11 of 11, closing nights. We've had an amazing run, and we like to save the best for last. So one of the reasons Dominic Raines is joining us. Not only that, not only is he starring in our closing night film. He's here with his director, Burn Country. It's going to be a scorcher. He's got 2 other films here as well. What's it like joining us, having 3 feature films here? Have you had 3 at a festival before?
I would love to come back.
Great.
Yeah, my dad's fallen in love with this place as well.
That is great to hear, too. When family loves it also, I love that. Yeah. So let's talk to you about your work and the films that you're a part of. Sure. You told me that you were so gracious. You said we can go anywhere we want here. I want to put you on the spot. Can you tell me a takeaway from each of your 3 films? I want to keep this 3-film theme because it's such an honor for us to have you on our screen in 3 different projects. Takeaways from each 3.
That was a takeaway from that one.
So, literally. So let's talk about having something like that as part of your character. Did that really allow, even something as simple as teeth, did that really allow you to dive in on even different levels? Changing a part of who you are in a role like that. So talk to us about these 3 films here. They are spanning genres. Yeah. Comedy, drama, action, thriller, suspense, all of these different things. What is it like to be recognized as an actor that can step into all of those genres, pull out the life out of a role? Yeah. That speaks a ton to your ability.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's very humbling.
Yeah. Incredible reaction. So you had a very specific level of self-awareness, probably at a very young age. How did you recognize that acting could be that outlet for you to feel that free and to let go like you talked about?
That's a lovely question. That's a lovely question.
You're giving us a master interview on the craft because you're talking about yourself and your life and your story, but you're talking about the 2 most important tools for an actor, which are awareness and the ability to observe. Do you agree?
I I would 100% agree with that. Yeah.
And you weren't even trying to give your audience what's going to amount to be a free master class on the craft. Dominic Raines, thank you so much for being here. He's got 3 films here in the Twin Cities Film Fest. We're going to see him again here because he said on camera that he wants to come back. His dad said he loves it here too. That's awesome news for us. We're going to be back here on the 2016 Twin Cities Film Fest red carpet. It was a pleasure.
Such a pleasure.
Hey again, everyone. Welcome back to the 2015 Twin Cities Film Fest here at the Showplace Icon Theater, the beautiful Showplace Icon Theater as part of the Shops at West End. We're continuing with our behind-the-scenes series. We are lucky enough to be joined by lead manager for the Showplace Icon Theater and head projectionist tonight, house projectionist tonight, Mr. Matt Gamble. Thank you so much for taking time to talk to us. You are right in the middle of getting screenings going.
Yes.
You are literally in the middle of your work night, taking time to talk to us. This is great. Projectionists are the masterminds behind executing a film screening. You probably don't think it's such a big deal because you do it and you probably do it flawlessly. I'm sure you do it flawlessly, but this is important work and I think it's fascinating. Tell us about your responsibilities. We are adding another segment to our front of the scenes series here at the Showplace Icon Theater. Dallas Smith is joining me. She is and has been our lead photographer here at the Film Fest for the past 3 years. And you are such a great segue as we go from our front of the scenes series to our behind the scenes series, because you are behind the camera making and capturing all of the images that are sent out and make this on social media and to the public what it is. Tell us about your background in photography.
I've been taking pictures as long as I can remember.
What do you love about being the lens behind the Twin Cities Film Fest?
I get to see all of these amazing moments.
I'm here to talk to easily my favorite name to say on the entire staff, probably in the whole Film Fest, Jared Huizenga. Did I get it?
You got it. You got it right.
Awesome. I've got another behind the scenes expert, volunteer, part of our staff here this year at the Twin Cities Film Fest, Sam Van Kempen. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
We've had awesome last names. Hey again, everyone. Welcome back to the 2015 Twin Cities Film Fest. We have fully segued from our front of the scenes series into our behind the scenes series. We're downstairs at the Showplace Icon Theater right outside our Twin Cities Film Fest office. I am so excited and honored and glad to be standing next to Kirsten Gregerson, who is our hospitality coordinator. You are providing them with their first impression of not only our fest, but of our city, what they're seeing, how they're being treated. That's all falling on you, and you handle it amazingly because it's been executed so well. What kind of feedback have you gotten? And don't be modest.
Oh, one person said it was one of the best days of his life last year.
Great feedback all around. It's so awesome to hear. Now, you devote more than 11 days here to the Twin Cities Film Fest because you talked about all the let's call it pre-production.
Pre-production, exactly.
Beforehand, organizing this, making this 11 days go so smoothly, but you work tirelessly the rest of the year in our film community as well. Talk to us about yourself. Tell us what else you do. We are going straight up behind the scenes as part of our interview series with our staff, and I'm whispering because this one's going to be a little bit different. We're doing a bit of a sneak attack on Holly Peterson. She's one of our coordinators that's in our actual office. We're right outside the office right now. We're gonna go in there. I'm gonna sit right down to her and I'm gonna make her talk to us. And we're gonna see what happens. I think this is gonna be great. Let's do it, okay? If you've noticed, we have changed locations, but of course we are still very much in the heart of the Twin Cities Film Fest. I'm one of your hosts, Doug Sidney. The reason why is because we've walked across the street from the Showplace Icon Theater right over there, and we are now at the Twin Cities, the official Twin Cities Film Fest Mixer Lounge. I'm lucky enough to be joined by the person behind it all. What is your official title, Greg?
I'm the lounge area coordinator.
Love it. Lounge area coordinator. His name is Greg Klimowitz. Did I get it?
Klimowitz.
Klimowitz. I said I went V instead of W. Klimowitz.
It's long and confusing. I understand.
It's great. And you know what? To be honest, long and confusing is your list of job duties here that we were just talking about, and I want you to highlight for us everything that's under your belt. Hey again, everyone. Welcome back to the 2015 Twin Cities Film Fest here at the Shops at West End. I was going to say the Showplace Icon Theater, but we're actually across the street outside our VIP mixer lounge that has been set up especially for the Twin Cities Film Fest. We've been in there before. We're now out here in this lounging area on these couches, which is really cool. The backdrop is there. I'm one of your hosts, Doug Sidney. We're continuing with our behind the scenes series. I'm obviously not sitting here alone. I am joined by Mr. Sean Dunbar. Sean is our driver. I was going to say lead driver because you're the most experienced with this, so I'm going to say it. Sean's our lead driver here at the Twin Cities Film Fest. Tell us more about your responsibilities as a driver, because we know how important it is. You're that first point of contact. Talk to us about it. Thanks a million for being with us. We're going to do this. We're going to execute this, and if it doesn't fly, they'll take it out, but this, yeah, love it. We're wrapping up our behind-the-scenes segments here at the 2015 Twin Cities Film Fest. What a great way to go out with Sean Dunbar.
Thank you.
You're the greatest. We're going to see you next year here at the 2015 Twin Cities Film Fest in our 7th year. This is awesome. We're at the Metropolitan Ballroom here in Wayzata, Golden Valley, and this is the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest preview gala, the kickoff gala. And my next guest, I promise you, really cool, interesting, fun, awesome people tonight, and our next guest is not going to disappoint. So you may not have seen him before, but I would imagine most of you have read his name before. His name is Colin Covert, and he is the top critic for the Star Tribune. So he critiques and rates films. He sees them before, writes about them, so you know what you're getting yourself into. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Coming especially from you, that means a lot. So
yes.
I'm glad we got
So I'll give you 4 stars.
Yes.
Well, 3.5. 3.5.
No, we're taking 4. You said 4, we're taking 4. Colin Covert, Star Tribune film critic. So happy to have you here. It was a pleasure. Go enjoy your night. We are here on a very special Twin Cities-sponsored red carpet interview with these 3 gentlemen representing their film Sweetland, and a couple of great things just happened. One, this was an anniversary spotlight of Sweetland. It premiered just over around 10 years ago. You're back showing the film again, and also we had a very special award, and award winner here receiving the North Star Award tonight. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Ali, I'll start with you. What's it like to have such an amazing reception for your film 10 plus years later?
It's great. It was great to have the reception when it first came out. I think a lot of films don't get that.
What is it like for you to see and be a part of the film again after 10 years?
I love this movie, and I love the guys who made it, and I think it's like an open heart, this movie.
Perfectly put. Will, a short story that came to life as a feature film. Tell us about that. Tell us about your experience 10 years later with it.
Well, this movie is the people's movie now. It has a life of its own.
We are so proud to be able to call Sweetland ours as a Minnesota film. It's part of the Twin Cities Film Fest. Can you talk about bringing your film here and shooting it in Minnesota, what that was like?
Well, I lived here.
Tim, can you share with us a little bit about why this film meant so much to you, why this role was one that stayed so deep within you for this long? Will, can you talk about the inspiration for the story?
Well, it is a Midwest story, but it's a universal story.
Can you comment about being here again tonight? You just went through a really emotional and fantastic Q&A after the film. There was so much great participation with it. What's your experience with the Twin Cities Film Fest been? And hopefully I'll be here getting to speak with you again. As part of an anniversary screening of Sweetland, I'm your host tonight, Doug Sidney, with these 3 extremely talented gentlemen. You're going to continue to see work from them. They were nice enough to be with us here at the 2016 Twin Cities Film Fest. We're going to see you again. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you. So tell us about this, and I have to, this is a genius idea, and one that is so simple. I love it. And through a little bit of insider information that I got, were there any other groups of people in the film that you may have had a connection to that came upon with the project?
You mean, are you talking Ray Wells?
I might be.
You might be.
Your filming style for I Do was so simple. It was so casual. Again, it was genius. I mean, I recall shots where you had a wide shot, the boom is in there, you sitting at a table with a couple, you're filming yourself, you are on camera narrating in your car. Was that something that you thought about? Did it just happen? How did that come to be? And I bet with all of that you gained, you could easily do a sequel.
Yeah, I think so. Well, if I never made it past Chicago, you know, I got to do something.
Your subject matter is forever.
It's all over the place.
Let me ask you about this, because I absolutely love it too. The cover art. Super subtle, but again, simple and genius. It's a theme with us. Tell us what it's like to be here at the Twin Cities Film Fest. So great to hear. I mean,
I don't know if we can say that.
you can, and you've filled this lobby. I mean, look at all the attendance that you have tonight, interest. We're going to talk to some of your subjects. So you can go back and follow us on our YouTube channel and see your subjects talking about being with you, a part of the film. Joe, thank you so much for being with us. We're going to talk to them right now. It's an independent film. Did you have a lot of time to meet the other actors after they were cast and spend time developing chemistry, rehearsing, that kind of thing, or were you sort of thrust into the project? It's not just about a video game. It's not just about a guy who scored 1 billion points.
It's so much more. It's so much more, Doug.
And it's so neat that you're mentioning Fantastic Fest, because our educational panel right now, it came up in that discussion, that festival. So neat that it's gaining traction with your film as well.
You got
Scott Jorgensen, everyone, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to send you off so you can get in there and see your film. Have you seen the film yet, or is this the premiere of you seeing it as well?
I kind of know people, so I tend to go. I got a little bit of a peek, but this will be the first time, honestly, in public and hearing what the real world thinks of it. So thanks, man.
Awesome. Thank you. Scott Jorgensen here, preceding the Minnesota Shorts Block 1 here at the 2013 Twin Cities Film Fest from the Professional Landlords Renters Warehouse Red Carpet. We're out.
Yep. Hey, and you are handsome.
Oh, Jeff, thanks so much for being here with us tonight.
Thank you. You are pretty good looking, by the way.
Oh, you're too kind. Hello, everyone. Happy holidays. Welcome to the Heights Theater. I'm your host tonight, Doug Sidney. We are at a very special event. It's the year-end member series event for the Twin Cities Film Fest. We are celebrating a feature film from a local filmmaker, Rise Against the Fall. We already have a pretty packed studio. We are getting to lead off our interviews tonight with the writer, director, producer, co-editor, the lead actor in it. He put this thing together. It's his film. We're celebrating it tonight. Mike Borka, and his editor, and you did some sound, you did some mixing. You're the maestro behind the scenes. Elliot Davini, thank you both of us so much for being here. You're local, you're in LA now, you're back. We get to talk to you both. Mike, let's start out with you. You put this thing together from scratch. You wrote it. You wanted to put a piece together for yourself. You wanted to work with all of your friends, your colleagues, your co-actors. What made you think you could do something like this? Because in my opinion, any feature film that gets made is a miracle. And you took on just about every role in it. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
What's it like to have it here tonight?
It feels great, and I appreciate everyone that's here right now.
Elliot.
Hello.
You helped me put it together. You've worked together before.
Yes.
Talk to us about being behind the scenes in this and being the kind of the final call, the final voice, and bringing final edit to Mike.
Yes.
So you two spent a lot of time talking together because did you sort of know it was going to be just the two of you for the most part? I mean, I know there's an army that's together that gets these projects done, especially yours as well. But in the trenches, it was really you two doing the organizing, and I know you had some co-producing help.
It was, yeah.
Talk to us about that. Talk to us about the mindset in knowing, you know what, we're putting not only not a short film, not a concept, we're going for the feature now. And you brought it to life, and we're celebrating it tonight, which is awesome. But talk to us about that mindset.
Here we are.
We couldn't be happier. You're wrapping up our entire year. We've had an amazing year with our member series, and this is about as good a way to go out as possible. Talk to us about, would you do this again?
For sure.
I'm here with Jeffrey Morris. His film is from his Future Dude Productions company. We're going to talk about that. What a great name. The name of the film is Oceanus Act 1, and there's more to be said about Act 1 in our discussion. Thank you so much for being here, Jeffrey. This is an amazing piece. First of all, I want to talk to you about the amazing cast that you assembled for this. You are a Twin Cities-based filmmaker.
Yes, I am.
You shot Oceanus Act 1 in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Talk to us about putting that cast together. Malcolm McDowell, Sharif Atkins, Megan Dodds, Bruce Davison. Amazing. You absolutely did. And let's talk about one other talent that you have in the film. We don't even see him. Malcolm McDowell, everyone knows who he is. You got his interest in this project with his voice only, and not only just him, but this amazing cast hopped on board with you to shoot an Act 1, which is, in our terms, a short film. That is a feat in of itself, and it's your first film. So talk to us about your work with Malcolm, and then where else we're going to see Malcolm's work as it relates to yours.
Sure.
Now, you went into that illusion. We were going to talk about beyond Act 1, but I want to talk to you as a filmmaker about this movie. This is a large theme movie in terms of the scope. There's a global catastrophe happening, but it also explores themes about people. Amazing amazing. So this is the first time you've released this out in terms of being social about it and telling this information. You're hearing it first at the 2015 Twin Cities Film Fest here. Wow, that's incredible news. Now, tell us where we can find you, your Future Dude Productions work. You've got a blog going, and tell us more about that graphic novel.
But wait, there's more. Here at the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest, Day 6 programming. I'm your host, Doug Sidney, on our Florida Junk sponsor, Red Carpet. And Jake, Jess, and Adam from here, New York, and Texas. You are our cast in Butterfly Content. I get that? I get it? You're too kind. So it is so great to be able to talk to talent that went through the work. We just talked to Manny and Lisa about the project, and this is heavy stuff. And I bet as actors you loved it. And you probably felt a sense of a mission in telling a really important story. So talk to us about finding the headspace of these characters. So it sounds like you turned it into a character study with multi-layered in finding behaviors and mannerisms that you were emulating or drawing from.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right.
Thank you. That was amazingly stated, and this is going to be shared by our filmmaking and film-going audience. The three of you, thank you so much for being here, for taking time out of your night, for supporting the film, for bringing your friends and family. That is so kind of you. Butterfly Card is the name of the film. It's Manny and Lisa Rodriguez film. We're going to be in here. We're giving a huge round of very well-deserved applause, and they spoke so highly of your performances in the film. So congratulations to you three. We're going to be back here on our Florida Junk sponsor, Red Carpet, here at the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest. I'm your host, Doug Sidney, signing off. Thank you, you three.
Thank you.
This must be a theme in your life as well, and you're standing up here with your husband, so it's kind of fitting. You love that she brought that element to life, and your directing stamp is very apparent on the film, which again audiences are going to see. Ifan, I have a question for you, sir. On a scale of 1 to 100, how proud are you of your wife? 101?
Yes. We're here on our officially sponsored Twin Cities Film Fest Red Carpet. Evening side, Day 6, and we are right in the middle of two features, not to be outdone by our shorts block, called Back to the Future, very aptly titled. I'm here with filmmaker Stevie Crane, who's leading off the show tonight. His film Veritas is, all of these films take place in a futuristic world with themes that we face today, but they're told in a very interesting way. So, my question for you, Stevie, Veritas, what truth are you telling in your film? The film, to me, is the perfect combination of Minority Report and Closer. It takes place in a futuristic world with those ramifications, but it's about people. It's about close relationships between people. Comment on that if you would. We are right in the heart of our evening during our shorts block. Back to the Future is the title of it. All of these films are futuristic in nature, and they're all super cool. I'm lucky enough to be joined by Dan Delano. His film, Link, is based on a super popular video game. I want to get into that a little bit. It's already enjoyed quite a bit of success here in the Twin Cities at some other festivals. He's gracious enough to have his film here with us at the 2016 Twin Cities Film Fest. Talk to us about Link. It is based on that game right there.
Yep.
A shot of that.
The Legend of Zelda.
Those characters that you just mentioned, you have a pretty great local cast here that you use. Charles Hubble, Rachel Weber, Danny August Mason. Talk to us about them.
Yes. I've worked with Danny Mason many times.
So tell us about condensing all that material and all that you wanted to share and convey into a short film. It's part of our short film blocks. This is going to be great information for filmmakers out there. How did you do that, tell so much in such a short amount of time? It's our 7th annual. I'm your host tonight, Doug Sidney. The reason I mentioned this is our 7th annual because we have a producer here who is holding a record here at the Twin Cities Film Fest. He is representing 3, 4, 5, and 6 of his 6 films that he produced that have screened here at the 2016 Twin Cities Film Fest. He had 2 back in
2014.
In 2014, producer Seth Kaplan, thank you so much for being here. You're a record holder. You have 4 films here. Talk to us about the films. Give us a tagline for each one quickly. I know you've done the festival circuit and you've done a lot of interviews. So describe your films. Valiska, the girl.
Let me handle it. Let me handle it. Doug's done a lot of work. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, so I'm really glad that you're LA based because if you weren't, I'd be out of a job. Okay. Because that was awesome. Well, because you'd be back here for future film fests.
Okay.
That was amazing. So talk to us about how did you get into producing? I mean, trial by fire and Trial by Success, and it's producing is the thing for you.
I love Trial by Success. That's a great term. I love
Well,
it.
it's so true. So talk to us about this run that you've been on. So 4 of them are here. You must be working constantly the last, what, 2-3 years? Films, you know, there's a time span between production and when films can be released. You've been on a tear. What's that been like?
I'm really tired.
You haven't been able to be here in previous years. The previous year that you had 2 films here, you're here for the first time. I know you've been on the festival circuit. What's it been like being a part of the Twin Cities Film Fest?
Oh, it's been awesome. Our film looked amazing.
Great plug for the Showplace Icon Theater. Absolutely. It's a great venue for us. And yes, your 4 films fit so nicely into our programming. That's why they're here. That's why you're here. We can't wish you more but continued success in a very selfish reason, because we want you back here again to continue working on your record. Yes. Seth Kaplan, thank you so much for being here. We're going to have more Twin Cities Film Fest red carpet coverage. 4 films. I'm still in awe. Charles Hood is joining us. I'm your host, Doug Sidney. Night Owls is his film. Wow, this is a great one. We're going to talk about your film process as a filmmaker, co-writing this script with your co-writing partner and directing it as well. But first of all, Night Owls came together. What a cast!
Yeah.
What a cast! Television stars, film stars, Adam Pally, Peter Krause, Minnesota native Peter Krause, Rosa Salazar, and Tony Hale from Arrested Development.
And Rob Hubel.
And Rob Hubel as well. Talk to us about, you wrote your script on a smaller scale because you knew you wanted to bring out some amazing performances. And from that came a story that is in a house. You have 2 locations, right? The first one you get out of the way right away. And then you're in your final location with basically your 2 actors, and it becomes a story about people with a pretty amazing arc. Now, I know that when we spoke earlier, you don't want to talk too much about thematics and themes involved in the story because they're evident for audiences once they see the film. But talk to us about being in that location and executing all that and what went into that and making that happen. It's simplistic in its design, but it says a ton. And again, we're not going to go into it, but we talked about it, what it's saying about the characters on the poster in the film. And I absolutely love the font. The font is saying so much. It's working so perfectly with that title. We are on our Twin Cities Film Fest red carpet. It's day 10 of 11. It's gone so quickly, but we're not done yet. We're just on the onset of our evening programming. I am joined by director Bailey Kobe. Thank you so much for being here. Your film, The Baby Moon, great poster right behind us. Let's talk about some of those story elements. You wrote the film as well.
Yeah.
And it is interesting. It's fascinating because you're exploring this story through animation without any dialogue. You have some vocal reactions from your young character, but yet talk to us about going in the animation route because you're exploring this child's world, but there's a mood to it. There's some violence in the film. There's some real, I don't want to say, well, I'll say it, some aggressive themes that are happening in the girl's story. Talk to us about the dichotomy of that, a young girl's life and those themes happening in her mind and maybe in her reality. As a director, was that a pretty daunting task to see that on the page and know that you love the story, but then come up with the idea of how you're gonna transfer that to a concept that an audience is gonna embrace? Local Minneapolis filmmaker Maria Davidson is here with us on our Twin Cities officially sponsored red carpet, part of the Back to the Future Shorts blocks here on our Day 6 programming. Maria, your film, Stay of Execution. Wow, you're exploring a lot of different themes in the film, but what I want to touch on with you, if you'd be so willing, is that you tell a really hopeful, optimistic look of what the future could entail.
Yeah, I mean, you just set me up for a big one there. I don't really know how to respond.
Well, we're so excited to have you. It's such a perfectly fitting film for this shorts block. Again, I want to go back to these themes because you talk about how the ones that are left in the future are the ones who carry a certain mindset with them. And I think that's so important because if you look at a lot of futuristic films, they're telling a much different and having a much different outlook on what the future may entail. We have one more feature film left playing tonight, directed, written, and starring Brandon Ruckteschel, my next guest here on the official Twin Cities Film Fest red carpet. I'm one of your hosts, Doug Sidney. Thank you so much for being here. You're a Minnesota native. You're working out in New York now. You filmed this feature in New York. You're exploring a lot of really unique themes in the film as well. The industry, chasing fame, finding yourself, finding your role in life with a number of very poignant characters. Talk to me about writing this, putting this together from a writing standpoint, first of all. Well, absolutely, and what a great testament for filmmakers out there that just heard what you said. You're shooting on a shoestring budget. You're bringing great people aboard that you've met and that you know and that you network with, and not only that, you're executing, what, 12, 16-page shoot days to put what you have on screen when audiences see it, the performances that get turned in. There's a lot of good filmmaking there. I can't thank you enough for being with us tonight. As promised, we're continuing to speak with filmmakers who are a part of our Back to the Future Shorts block right in the middle of our programming tonight. I'm here with Tim Trumner, and so nice to meet you, sir. Thank you for being here. Check out this title. Whoa, I'm Dating a Monogamous Human. It's part of that futuristic short block, and this is a really unique story. It's human meets robot. Yes. Meets. Is it a robot? Was that the term that you used for our other?
I think we technically use Android, but that'll work. Yeah.
So you combine the elements of a futuristic story with romance, with comedy, a little bit of drama. Talk to us about putting all those elements together into a short film. A lot of stereotypes that are out there, and you address them in a really cute, really effective cinematic way.
Well, thank you.
So her voice was great, and both of you had large chunks of dialogue that were going to camera in a very documentary style. Can you talk to us about that writing process and how that was brought to life in terms of filming, and then also that cool voice? That is so great. It's such a neat venue for filmmakers to be able to come and see other people's work. Coverage continues here on our officially sponsored Twin Cities Film Fest red carpet, and it is evening. We are wrapping up the night with a crusher, Imperfect Sky, and I am lucky enough to be joined by a very important actor in the film with a very, very intense supporting role. He also happens to be a friend of mine. I'm your host tonight, Doug Sidney. Paul Cram, Minnesota actor Paul Cram, a part of this project, and you sat down with Bill Cooper, our managing director, and had a great conversation with him as part of our Filmmaker series that's available online on our YouTube channel. And you talked about the film itself, which is about brotherism and addiction. Yes. A super intense film.
Yes.
So I want to talk about you and your work in that film tonight.
Okay.
So
absolutely.
You have, I know a lot of your work, you have once again sunk yourself into a very intense, very dramatic role, which you are such an accomplished character actor. Tell us about working in this film as Russ. So you're so modest, you keep directing all of your attention onto the other supporting actors that you worked with. I want to talk about your work in it because you have the ability to sink yourself into roles that are such a departure from the person that you are, who I happen to know. Talk to us about doing that ability. So I'm going to gloat for a minute because I'm going to look at you as an audience, and I'm going to tell you right now that when you go and see this film, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. This sweet, humble, jovial guy, an amazing actor, the work that he transforms himself into taking on in Imperfect Sky, you're going to be blown away. The entire film is fantastic. It's Day 6 programming. I'm one of your hosts, Doug Sidney, with Paul Cram for Imperfect Sky. We'll see you again. Red carpet coverage continues. We are cruising through our fest. We're not done yet. We're into our evening programming. I'm your host tonight, Doug Sidney. I'm joined by the producing, filmmaking, and also life team of Rebecca Weaver and Chris Irving from June Falling Down, which is we at the Twin Cities Film Fest, we're calling it a love letter to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You are a Wisconsin native, and you're LA-based now, but you brought the story back, and I loved what you called it 30 seconds ago. Super dang independent filmmaker. Talk to us about this story first.
Yes.
This is our 7th annual. Each year, as part of our Changemaker series, the Twin Cities Film Fest has highlighted an important topic. And our film, our documentary tonight with Tim Vandestieg, Zach Adams, and Sergio Venezuela have taken on a really important topic. This year, our Changemaker series is Veterans. Their documentary, Iron Will, is here, and we couldn't be happier to have you two back for the 3rd year. Sergio, you here for the 1st year. You were here 4 years ago with Hunger in America. You were here last year with Autism in America. This year, you're shedding light on a really important topic once again. Tell us what your mission was with Iron Will.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest, hosted by the Shops at West End and the beautiful Showplace Icon Theater. I'm lucky enough to be your host tonight, Doug Sidney. We are on our Florida Junk sponsor red carpet, evening side of day 11 of 11, which means it's closing night, and we have saved some amazing programming for our closing night. I'm lucky enough to be joined by filmmaker Kurt Volker, whose film The Bachelors is part of tonight's programming. Kurt, it's so great to have you in. Thank you for flying in, supporting your film. This is such an amazing story about two characters who are both going on a journey about a similar experience together. Obviously, they're family together. You tell it in such a compelling way. Talk to us first about landing the cast that you did, because I know that at one point you had a great surprise. Your lead actor said yes right away. He wanted to do it. And then there was a challenge in finding the supporting cast for him. So talk to us about putting that cast together.
Well, getting J.K. Simmons was really the linchpin, really the key.
Now, talk to us about the subject matter, because you took the challenge on yourself because you wanted to discuss and reveal grief in a unique way that you felt hadn't been done on film before. Talk to us about that and about how successful you feel, the different way that you were able to bring that to the screen for your audience. To touch more on your writing ability, you talk about grief in the film in two ends of the life spectrum for your main character, J.K. Simmons, and his age and experience in life. And also, you've really been able to tap in not only the grief experience for younger adolescents, but you really tell a very true portrait of that stage of life. Talk to us about putting that together and how compelling it came out to be.
It's kicking off with a Minnesota-connected feature-length documentary that is 4+ years, I think, in the making. And I am speaking here with the director, Jason Schumacher. He's a local filmmaker. The name of the documentary is Beyond the Thrill, and this is an incredible idea, an amazing story. Jason, how did you get involved with a feature-length documentary about competitive skydiving? So since I have you here, I want to dive back into your role with the film. So it's really interesting how you talked about, you sort of came in on kind of the end in post initially, and you saw a lot of potential for this, that you wanted to dive back in. What were your goals, having taken the time and the commitment to getting more footage? Did you want to make it about people? You have these 4 interesting characters, but you also have this incredible sport. Can you talk a little bit how you navigated the story that you wanted to tell?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest, hosted by the Shops at West End in the beautiful Showplace Icon Theater. We're upstairs at the lobby, right inside from the theaters on the Florida Junk sponsored red carpet. It is closing night. It's 11 of 11, and we're wrapping the entire fest up with a really neat, quirky comedy. It is a fantastic little film. I'm your host tonight, Doug Sidney. We are here with the writer and director of the film, Colette Burson. Colette, thank you so much for being here. It's such a pleasure to have you on our Florida Junk sponsored red carpet. Permanent. First of all, I love the cute, quirky name, which has perfect meaning throughout the story as well. Talk to us about putting together this comedy that is stepping right into the mind and the world and the life of an adolescent and a family, particularly in the South. Talk to us about stepping into that specific subject matter, because you had to enter yourself into the world of hair. Did you have background with that? Did you have friends, family with kind of a familiarity with that? Because you're writing about it specifically, setting your characters in that hair world. On an indie budget, you're no stranger to the independent film world. You've done it previously, but in most, if not all of your projects and all your work, the talent that you have secured into your projects is amazing. You've worked with Minnie Driver, you've worked with Thomas Jane, you've worked with Rainn Wilson, you've worked with Patricia Arquette. Talk to us about not only landing that kind of talent, but then working with them. Such a wonderful response. Talking even about celebrities, at their core, they're artists, and they want to be able to do great work and be a part of great projects, of which you've been a writer for over almost 2 decades. Again, with your characters in the film, you also took on the challenge of working with an adolescent. You centered much of the story around her. Talk to us about finding great child actors and bringing out the best in them, because that poses in and of itself potentially a challenge too. One final bit of discussion since we have you here. We're so fortunate to have you here. Can you talk to us about navigating between the two mediums of film and television? Because we talked off camera about there's a bit of pressure when you're writing for television. Do you find that being able to step in and be a filmmaker and write a script for yourself that you're potentially going to be, produce and direct as well? Talk to us about straddling those two lines, if you would. Let me put you on the spot one last time. I've got you here, and we've got your audience. This is ready to go in and watch the film as well. Other than entertaining them and them being able to laugh and identify with your characters in their film, are there any other takeaways from this story in Permanent tonight that you would hope audiences bring with them? What a great way to continue our coverage on Thursday night, day 9, with a feature that well, let me introduce you right away. David Ash, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being back here again. Thank you for bringing your film back here again. And what I mean by that is that your first part of this 2-part feature series premiered for us 2 years ago, 2021, and you're back now with a full feature sequel, which I don't know if we've had that here at the Fest before, so I think you're accomplishing a first. So talk to us first about revisiting a story, because you probably had so much that you wanted to tell with this, and you found its legs again in telling a complete second chapter.
Okay.
Talk to us about that, if you would. Talk to us about approaching Bethany and Clarence again to do this, to revisit these characters.
Well, they had changed their numbers. It was hard to get a hold of because they didn't want to talk to me again.
Difficult.
But I was able to track them down.
One last thing to pick your brain as a filmmaker, the writer-director of this film. What are the takeaways that you want your audience to bring with them after seeing it?
Wow, that's a good question.
Film is a connecting thread to real life.
Very well said, yes.
It's so great to have you here again. David Ash for Twin Cities, the second part of a 2-part series following up 2021. We're going to be back and talk to his cast, his main cast, in just a bit. Thank you for joining us here at the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest. Day 9 programming. Our shorts block was about relationships. Did you know that before? So this is perfect.
I did not. I'm sorry I missed that.
No, but yours is fitting in so well. We're going to see you back here.
Okay.
So hey, hi. We made a promise. We're going to keep it. We're still up here as part of the Twin Cities premiere tonight of Twin Cities here at the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest. I'm your host tonight, Doug Sidney, and we're joined by our 2 cast members who they put together work in 2 feature films telling a trailed together story. Bethany Ford, Clarence Weathern for Twin Cities. It's so great to have you up here. You're both natives, am I right? You're not.
I'm from New Orleans, but I've been here for like 12 years now. So
yes, so 12 years in. Bethany, you're from?
I'm from Oregon.
But you both live here now.
Yes, we both lived here for a really long time.
So that is a huge challenge. So that helped. What other reserves did you call upon to get through something like that? Because it wasn't planned. You're coming on and taking the roles. Thank you.
It was an accident.
Very well said. Clarence Weathern, Bethany Ford for Twin Cities, the second part of the first part, which is 2021 here at the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest. So great to have you here tonight. We're going to be back one more time for another feature film. Thank you for joining us on our Mevo live stream. Thanks you too as well.
Thank you.
First, I'm just so excited.
And I was just speaking with Bill Cooper, our managing director, about how excited we are to be partnering with you and your association as well.
It's a marriage.
It is. Yes. What a great way to put it. Yes. So we're also here. You're here representing Supergirl, which is a compelling. It's motivating. It's inspiring. It's an amazing documentary. It's enjoying a ridiculously successful festival run, and there's so many great themes in the film. Can you tell us your initial reactions about it? So much farther reaching, and I love that you touched on these specific themes that a young person, particularly a girl, is going through. The film really uncovers that, how growing up today, it's changed. It's a different landscape, it's a different climate for kids at that age and beyond. Social media. It's so easy to get invested in these characters, but I want to talk to you also about the filmmaking aspect of your film as well. And I would imagine you had a hand in this, but you used some really skilled camera work. Your montage scene is awesome. There's some really cool, I don't want to call them tricks, but there's some really effective, unique ways to tell that montage scene. Do you have a DP background? And this is day 9 programming. We are ending it with a banger, a slasher. For sure, and I'm not just using that as a saying because, well, we'll talk about that in a second. I'm your host tonight, Doug Sidney, here on the Mevo live stream on the Florida Junk sponsored red carpet for our Day 9 coverage, and we are wrapping the night up with a slasher because it's a horror film, and we have actor Alex Gallick here representing the film. Thank you so much for joining us. You're local, yes?
Yes, I'm based here in the Twin Cities.
Thank you so much for being here. And not only that, he's celebrating his birthday with us on the Florida Junk sponsored red carpet, supporting his film. So happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
From all of us and the ladies as well that produced. Yeah, we have to make some noise for that.
The team behind the Polar Bear Club, and I just said this in jest, but I gotta say it on air. It's a couple of really young guys making a feature film about some old guys, and that's from Bill and John. It's so awesome to have you two here. Talk to us about working with an ensemble cast. You wrote a story about a group of men. First of all, talk to us about that, and then tell us about how you came up with the idea wanting to work with a specific set of men at a specific point in their life. That singular element turning into a feature film, that is incredible. I want to ask you too about, there are so many themes in this film. Getting to that other stage in life, camaraderie, acceptance. Talk to us about that. Were those things that you wanted to touch on? Did they reveal themselves while you were writing? Comment on that.
So, was the thought of working with an animal, with a cat, was that exciting to you? Was it scary? Was it challenging? Was it something that made you say, you know what, I need to do that. This is going to help. This is going to make me an even better filmmaker. Now, it's a feature film. It's right in that mid. It's a perfect runtime. And what I so love about the film, you're doing something that, at least for me, I haven't had a chance to talk to someone that's presented a film like this before. I don't know if we've had one like this at the fest. A silent feature.
Yes.
What does one need to know about silent films in order to go ahead and make them? Talk to me as a director about what did you need to do different, if anything, with telling a story in this fashion? Were there drastic differences from telling a present-day story or a story with dialogue that's in color? So you said dark film, which is a thread throughout your work. Winter, further north, at the cabin. These films, to me, they speak to people's motivations and people that are on the inside seemingly well, but they're really on the fringes of their sanity, their freedom, things that are going on inside. Can you talk about that component with your characters in your films? We are here on our presenting sponsor, Florida Junk Red Carpet. I'm your host tonight, Doug Sidney, and we are stepping already into the feature part of our evening tonight, and we have a great one. It's funny, it's touching, it's cute, it's offbeat, it's so many things. It's a feature, it's called Blue Balloons, and this is our director, Emily Trodson. She's here. She's a Minnesota native. She moved away, but we're going to talk about that. But she's back here tonight to talk about the film. You have an entire room full of cast crew. That's so awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So you have a very unique and special take on a big part of many, many lives. Talk to us about that. Talk to us about your subject matter.
Yes.
You had the sort of cohesiveness on your crew that you honestly had people in your production telling you this or this about your work. But how important is that? Because yes men on a set, we don't always achieve our goals. But talk about that. And you mentioned themes. We again were talking off camera about a lot of interesting themes that are in the film. You have a main character who has been bounced around in foster care, and I don't want to give away too much here, but he meets someone with a similar background and they bond. Were there specific themes that you wanted to touch on when you were writing, or while you were putting the script together, was it more of a story that kept layering itself and you wanted to continue telling the story? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I love it. Again, it's that premise that goes the distance in being compelling for audiences. Now, you managed to get a rather talented cast in your film, because when you're relying on two people, you've got to be golden in that department. Talk to us about working with Colin and Kristen. Thank you so much for being here. It's so cool to have you on our red carpet.
Thank you for having us. Absolutely. It's so much fun.
Great. Now, you two worked together on this series. How many episodes did you shoot, or how much filming have you done as part of TJ Tech?
We did 2 days worth, but it was just the pilot for the series.
So you've shot the pilot, and the two of you, did you know each other previously to working on this project together?
No, we did not. We did not know each other.
And are you still friends now that you've completed filming?
Yes.
Now, I may have hit up George for one final question that is thanks to him. Tell me about the blood spray.
Oh boy, okay.
I am now lucky enough to be joined by David White, TJ Simfeld. These two are the writing tandem behind the work that Adam and Brian put together on the screen. You two made this thing happen. Horror's on the menu tonight because that's what you two write. How awesome. Tell us about, why do you love horror? Let's start it with that. Absolutely. So I want to go two places with that. One, tackling this home invasion genre that is really popular right now. The reviews for your film are through the roof. It's been done well recently, but your film is gaining so much attention. Talk to us about if that was part of your thinking in putting this together, and why you've been so effective with it. So you felt great about it then. You've seen it now. You're thrilled.
Yes.
And we're thrilled that we're going to get to see it tonight. It's Shut Intruders. I know that's credit goes to you two. That was said off camera. But it's Shut In. It's going to be Intruders because some great things are happening with the film. It's going to see legs beyond here at the 2015 Twin Cities Film Fest. Thanks you two so much. Get back here again. You know it. I'm one of your hosts, Doug Sidney. We're going to see you back again here on the Go 96.3 FM sponsored Red Carpet. We're going to enjoy this film.
We're back live, just as promised, here on our 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest Florida Junk sponsored Red Carpet in front of our relationships blocks. So this is also really awesome because you all have seen him before on this, because he's done a ton of work for the Twin Cities Film Fest in the past. He's our former film programmer, programming director, Bobby Marsden. You're back, you're in Los Angeles now. We miss you a ton, but it's so awesome to see you again. Thank you so much for being here. Your narrative poem it's awesome. And talk to us about your different roles on the film. You executive produced it, you co-wrote it, you brought it to life, you had a relationship with Netflix. They got behind this because they knew what you were doing was going to be special. Talk to us about that. So one more comment on his upbringing and you being part, being family. How did his parents facilitate that? Did they recognize that in him right away and they were open to it?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think my grandparents, Barry and Frank Plant.
Absolutely they do. And I was just going to comment on that, on what the current state of the film is, where it's going. It's enjoying a really strong festival run, as you just mentioned. And he garnered nationwide attention, so I would imagine there's a nationwide audience for this story.
Yeah, for sure. I think especially in Santa communities around the country, which
I like that, and we're live, so everyone just heard that, which is great, so you're so kind. Welcome back, everyone. We are on Mevo Livestream here at the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest Kickoff Gala. I'm lucky enough to be your host tonight, Doug Sidney, and I mentioned a number of special guests. We have another one, and I want to introduce her right away. Her name is Deirdre Hodge, and she is a transplant to Minneapolis. And you've been involved in film and film communities elsewhere on a national level. And you're now here. We're lucky enough to have you and have you here tonight. Tell us a little bit about your experience and what your interest in film is and how that's led to your professional development. It is so great to have you here. Thank you for taking time to talk to us. Deirdre Hodge, she is part of the Twin Cities Film Fest community already, and we're going to be seeing more of her and the important work that she and her husband are doing.
And come to the festival.
Thank you, and a plug from her as well. We'll see you back again.
Take care.
You are the newly appointed executive director of the Minnesota Film TV Commission, a pivotal organization here in the Twin Cities. Thank you so much for taking the reins on such an important position. Tell us about that and what your experience has been. You took the reins over when?
The beginning of July.
Yes. Talk to us about, since we have a watching audience, talk to us about what supporters and those interested in the Minneapolis, Minnesota film community, what can they do to help facilitate you and your organization?
And supporting the industry.
Wonderful. The alert is out. The SOS is there. We can all make a difference.
let me put you on the spot for one last question, if I may. Tell us your experience with the Twin Cities Film Fest. How familiar were you with it? And is this your first gala? Have you been to the Twin Cities Film Fest before? Hey everyone, we're back. Mevo live stream coverage on all our social media outlets here at the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest premiere gala, the kickoff gala for this year's, our 8th edition. I'm lucky enough to be your host tonight, Doug Sidney, and I am lucky enough to be joined by our featured guest tonight. Her name is Christine Walker. Most of you that are part of the film community here in Minneapolis and Minnesota, you know who she is. You know a lot about her work. We are so lucky to have her. She's receiving an award tonight with us, the North Star Award for Excellence. Christine, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I am serious. So welcome back, everyone. We are live, like you just saw, and continued coverage here at the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest preview gala. We're here at the Metropolitan Ballroom, and you can tell by looking, my next two guests here are very special, very unique, very important. So I'm lucky enough to be joined by the 2018, so through 17 and 2018 Occentennial Commodore, Bill McCreevy, and his queen, Vanessa. You two, thank you so much for joining us. You're here at the gala tonight. Is this your first time at a Twin Cities Film Fest event and at a gala?
It is. It is our first event. We've been talking about it. We're excited to be here.
So welcome back, everyone. One of the many great things about being live like we are tonight is that anything can happen. And a perfect example of that is that our managing director, Bill Cooper, who you all know if you're following the fest, has just brought up 3 lovely ladies for me to talk to tonight. I haven't been introduced. They are going to do that themselves. What I do know is that they are from a very neat and unique organization. Ladies, please take it over.
Okay, we are from Film Fatale, which is an international organization of female directors.
Thanks for doing this.
Oh, absolutely. Now, there's also another theme in conjunction with tonight. It is the spectacular year for women in film. Yeah. We're honoring, we have 3 special guests tonight, one of which whom is going to receive a special North Star Award presented by the Twin Cities Film Fest. Comment on that.
Yeah, so it's the year of spectacular women. That's kind of our theme this year.
And get ready for this fall's 8th 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest. So we're also going to be back live streaming. We're going to have interviews talking to tonight's guests, some other special members that are going to be here. And I would imagine the preview is going to include a nice cachet of female films that are presented in this year's lineup.
Absolutely.
We're going to be back. You're going to be live streaming with us. We're going to be back talking to people right here on the red carpet. Jaden, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, man. I really
Talk
appreciate
to you
it.
soon. You've got it. Hello everyone and welcome to your Monday night. I am one of your Twin Cities Film Fest hosts, Doug Sidney. We are here live at the Heights Theater in Columbia Heights, one of the most unique theaters here in all the Twin Cities. The reason we've collected tonight is for a film premiere. It's a local feature. It's called Kid West, and it is premiering tonight. In just a few, we are going to be back with live coverage, live interviews. We're going to be talking to our staff, and most importantly, the cast and the production team as part of this film. So stay tuned and come back and see us soon. Let's get a little bit more serious, because you talked about really fun film elements, but at the same time, you're tackling some very real, very prevalent issues, things that are going on for kids and adults today, but you're tackling them in a kids' context. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Every good story needs irony.
Talk to us about making the transition from having shot short films and biting off the big piece. Sure. Going in and putting a feature-length story together. What was that like for you? We're so glad we get to see it today. So, talk to us about the look of the film, because it looks like a much larger budget, I would imagine, film than what you have. It looks incredible. Talk to us about putting your production crew together and establishing and finding and zeroing in on the look that you wanted.
Yes.
Created a movie.
Very well said. So you've seen bits and pieces of it. You haven't seen the full entire film as a completed piece yet, which that's what tonight is. So let me ask you about your approach. Things that you related to her with, and things that about her in the film that were different from you. So talk to us about the similarities between you and Kissy. Are you ready to be put on the spot?
Yep.
Challenges during the shoot. Challenges with your character. Challenges with certain scenes. Were there any, or did you just, was it smooth sailing?
There were definitely challenges.
So welcome back to each and every one of you that's joining us on our live stream here live at the Heights Theater in Columbia Heights as part of our member series, which is part of the Twin Cities Film Fest. We have a feature film. It's an independent film. It's a Minnesota-based film premiering tonight. We're just in front of it, Kid West. But there's another great and important reason that we're all here tonight. That's why I'm joined by Managing Director Danny Palmer. She's been with the Film Fest since its inception, and this is also a great opportunity for us to have yet another membership drive.
Yes.
Members and membership is key to keep the Film Fest going. Danny, thank you so much for joining us. Great to see you. And what's so great about the fest is that it's not just the Film Fest during our run, which this year is going to be end of October again.
Yes.
It's going to be 11 days again, which is great. It's going to be over 120 films again. But the Film Fest continues throughout the entire year. Our member series makes that happen. So we have typically monthly screenings.
Yes, at least once a month, sometimes twice a month, or in this case, 4 times in a week.
And as a member, what does that entitle you to?
We cannot thank each and every one of you, our audience members, each and every one of our sponsors, for every one of you that made our 7th annual possible this year. The Film Fest is ending, but we have more coverage throughout the year. Look for our Insider Series, look for our Changemakers Series screenings throughout the calendar year. We'll be back here once again at the Showplace Icon Theater in 2017 with our 8th annual. Thank you again, once again. I'm your host, Doug Sidney, signing off. We will see you next year at the Fest.
As part of the Twin Cities Film Fest, we are so appreciative to all of you as attendance members, all of you as filmmakers, actors, producers, directors, executives, everyone that brought your art and your films and your work to us for us to be able to showcase here as part of our 8th annual Twin Cities Film Fest. We say thank you. It's been such a pleasure working with all of you again, once again this year. We can't wait until next year as well. From every one of us here at the Twin Cities Film Fest here in Minneapolis, St. Paul, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching us live, online. Thank you for sponsoring us. Thank you for sponsoring and visiting and working with all of our sponsors, visiting their stores, their products. Every one of you that have had a part in the fest and enjoying the fest, thank you. We will see you again next year. I've been lucky enough to be your host, signing off for our entire host team. We will see you next year at the fest.